Hey everybody, it's me, Bryson Booker, and it's time for another BBTV Pro Audio review. And this is going to be a two-part review that I'm going to be doing on this Kustom KPM 4 personal monitor, 50-watt personal monitor from Kustom Amplification that I got at Guitar Center for 80 bucks. I needed it for a gig that I'm going to be doing with a band, and we needed like a little monitor, and so I just went out and got this while it was on sale. This is kind of going to be a semi-unboxing. I already unboxed it so I could test it. And this is just going to be part one of a two-part review. So what comes in it is this instruction manual that gives you literally simple instructions on how to use it, and the speaker and a power cable. So get the speaker out for you. 1 second. And here's the speaker. I already unboxed it, as you can see, and I got the cable wrapped around it so I wouldn't lose the cable. Let me unwrap the cable, and then I can give you a detailed tour of this mini monitor from Kustom. So again, I got this thing for 80 bucks at Guitar Center. It features a 4-inch driver and a, I don't know how many inches is that, piezo tweeter. Basically, the KPM 4 is an updated version of Kustom's older KPC 4. And I really think the only main difference between the KPM 4 and the KPC 4 is this horn here was repositioned on the top, where these two holes are. And then the holes are at the bottom. So it seems like the only difference that I found comparing these two online was the position of this piezo tweeter. So as far as the power and the sound, there really is no difference. And also the logo has changed. So this was a silver Kustom logo on the last model, the KPC model. This model, it has a red Kustom logo. Kind of reminds me of the Crate Pro Audio logo, at least before they went out of business. But you got a pretty heavy steel, or heavy duty steel grill. The thing is pretty hefty. Again, I don't know how much it weighs, but it is pretty hefty if you hold it in your hand. On the side here, simple controls. You have a volume control, you have a through, you have an input, a mic input, so you can, this is a powered speaker, so you can literally plug a mic into it and use it for portable PA applications. Again, Kustom says that you could use this thing for instruments, but it sounds decent on instruments. It doesn't sound the greatest. But hey, if you wanted to do that, you could plug it into the line input, and then you can run your mic right here and have a little portable sound system. But if you're using this live, you have to use the line input. If you use the mic input, it's going to be way too much power. In fact, Kustom says in the manual that they do not recommend using the speaker that way with the XLR if you're coming out of an auxiliary SIN from your mixing console, that's XLR, and then going into this with the XLR from your mixing console. Kustom does not recommend doing that because this is for low impedance mic signals. In other words, it's for low power signals, and that it boosts like a microphone so you can use it. And then that is kind of stupid, because then this through output is kind of pointless. So if you're thinking about connecting multiple Kustom KPM 4s together, you can't do it, because the through output of this is connected to the mic input. So you know, if you wanted to connect more, you would have to literally buy another KPM and run another auxiliary SIN from your console to have another one. But you can't link two of them together. What you can do though is you can plug your microphone into the custom unit and then send an output of your microphone to a mixing console. And then you can have separate control over your microphone, but then again you'll also be controlling this output as well. So then if you ran this to a mixing console, you would be losing volume if you turn the volume up or down. But you know, I could see the purpose for doing that, but I'm a live sound engineer and I really don't have a purpose for even doing it that way. So really all they put for me is a line input. So I can run this from my mixing console to the custom speaker. And then you have obviously an AC input for your power. Custom does not recommend that you use other power cords, although if this one breaks, you're gonna have to. And I mean, it's literally a simple AC power cord that you can use with this thing. The thing I don't like about this is this thing is not really that sturdy. And so yesterday when I got done testing it, I was trying to take the AC power out of it. I was almost going to leave it in there, but I finally was able to jiggle it out. But it is so hard to get that AC power adapter out of here. It's like when I was trying to pull it, I almost pulled this whole thing off. So it's like, what the heck? And so you got to be careful when you're taking the AC power out of here, because you don't want to rip this whole thing off. And then you have a power button which lights up blue when the unit is turned on. Okay, so obviously this thing is in wedge mode right now. At the bottom here, let me see. There we go. You have a slot for a microphone stand. So obviously it's kind of stupid. Well, it's not really that stupid. You can put this thing on a floor and let it be a floor monitor, but I mean, it'll be the angle that they put this at, unless you're putting this on a table or putting it on your keyboard stand or where your keyboard is. The monitor angle is kind of pointless if you put this on a floor, because it will not be aiming at you. You know, it would kind of be aiming at the floor, so then you would have to kind of tilt it up like that for it to actually aim at your face or your ears. But the monitor position is useful if you were putting this thing on your keyboard, which I have over there, or putting it by something or on like a pedestal or something. I could see having this monitor position. But really, guys, if you're using this for singing or if you're using it in acoustic performances, put it on a mic stand. Because there's no use in setting this on the floor, and you know, you really won't be able to hear out of this thing, and you would have to crank the volume up, and this thing doesn't really have good gain before feedback, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. So if I want to use this thing, I'm definitely probably going to use it on a mic stand, because my vocalist will not be able to hear a thing if it's sitting on the floor. So that's pretty much the overview and the walkthrough of the whole unit. It's a decently built unit. It's heavy duty, feels like it is at least. You got this elephant skin coating that's kind of surrounding it, and then the heavy duty steel front end. And now let's plug it in with the microphone and see how it sounds.